Well, once again, good morning and welcome to the 7th annual Ovarcome conference, Overcome Cancer, of course, Overcoming Cancer, I should say. And my name is Sharon Melton. I am one of the co-anchors for CW39's Morning Dose, on air from Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. I know shameless plug, by the way. And I'm so honored to be back here, for not only this celebration and this conference, but a wonderful opportunity to spread the message about the importance of letting people know about ovarian cancer, letting our family, our friends know that we love them, and letting them know that they are not alone, to become survivors, to become advocates, to spread the message about this important issue. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We would like to thank all of our generous sponsors and supporters for making this event possible this afternoon. Well, actually, it's still morning. For me, it's afternoon. I've been up since 2:30, so if I slip into the afternoon tone, I apologize. So you're like, what? Well, we have to do that to get beautified. I'm just saying. But a special shout out to Clovis for being our attendee administration sponsor, and to Soro for being our champion sponsor today. And in maintaining fair participation, we request all of our participants, this is really important, to please refrain from fundraising or solicitation of activities within the premises and duration of our conference. Please visit the booths of our exhibitors to learn more about this wonderful conference, along with the products and services that are provided. Our goal is to really make this event informative, comfortable, and memorable. Okay, that's so important to all of us. And as I mentioned, we have a beautiful day planned for all of you, so please feel free to tweet. Who tweets out there? Wait, y'all don't tweet? Wait, y'all don't tweet? You Facebook at least? Oh, goodness gracious. I was like, I was going to have a problem. I'm just teasing. But if you want to learn how to tweet, you can download the app as we speak. And then you can hashtag so many wonderful things we have for you, which is hashtag We Overcome, OVARCOME, and Overcome for conference, get it? 2019. So please do that. You can put that also in your Facebook if you want to. But just spread the word, just spread it to everyone so we can get it trending, which we'd really appreciate. So, as I mentioned, we have a fabulous panel of speakers this year and so many great topics of discussion. We also have festivities planned to really celebrate our favorite teal mom and our beloved survivors who are true inspirations to all of us. So also use the booklet. Everybody got a bag? Wonderful. You can take notes. You can please fill out the evaluation sheets because it always helps us with future events, making sure the air conditioning's not freezing, you know how it is. Just saying, because we hear that from you, we make changes. But it always helps us to make this event each year better and better. Now I have the honor and true privilege of introducing the first person who's going to come to our podium for today. And without her, none of this would have been possible. Our first speaker today is the founder and president of Ovarcome herself, Runsi. Now, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, she has a truly remarkable story, and we thank her for sharing that with us every single day she talks about Ovarcome. Now, for those of you who don't know, as I mentioned, her mother, she lost her mother. It's been about 11 years now, 10, 11 years. She lost her mother to ovarian cancer. So in her memory, she decided to create this amazing foundation. She is a passionate advocate for the cause, and has truly dedicated her life to this. Her life to support women who are diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Runsi has a master's degree in economics and an MBA from Rice University. Any Rice alum in the house? You can do a shout out if you'd like. I love it. She also serves on the advisory board of the Ovarian Cancer Research Program at MD Anderson Cancer Center right here in Houston. And under her leadership, Ovarcome has experienced significant growth in the past few years since its inception. I know we just say that one word. I'm just going to elaborate. It has experienced a major growth, and it's because not only of her efforts, but all of the people she's been able to gather around her who truly have the passion the way she does. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Runsi.
Well, good morning. Okay, so this is Friday morning, almost the end of September. I need to hear a little more energy here. So can we get a better good morning? Good morning. Together we overcome. Perfect. So thank you so very much for coming and attending our 7th annual conference, Overcoming Cancer. We have a fabulous panel of speakers. I'm so proud of all of the speakers that we have today. So I'm going to take a really little bit of your time to talk about our foundation and some of the things that we have done in September and just in the past year or so. So with that, as Sharon mentioned, I lost my mom to ovarian cancer 10 years ago, and in her memory and with her inspiration, I created this foundation. So I always say that Overcome stands on the pillars, 4 pillars of our mission statement. So one is awareness that we do via events like this, and we also have some global work that we do. We also do research funding. We love to support groundbreaking research that the young investigators out there are doing. We are big advocates of early detection because, as we all know, there is no reliable screening yet for ovarian cancer, and I am hopeful that in my lifetime we will find a way to detect ovarian cancer earlier than we have right now. So towards that, we do have some research funding initiatives that we have. Then also, we have a patient assistance program, which is called Overcare. So through Overcare, we provide cash grants and gas cards and grocery cards and psychosocial counseling to patients who might be in need of some support. So this program, I say this every year that we meet, and every year the number seems to grow. So we started with MD Anderson as our partner 5 years ago when we started this program in 2014. But today we are partnering with over 100 hospitals nationwide in providing this service to patients in need. So I'm very proud of the fact that we have completed over 100% of all completed applications that have come to us for Overcare program. So thank you. So just I'm going to stay on this slide for just a minute to tell you that we talk about 22,000 women getting diagnosed in the US every year with ovarian cancer. However, I strongly believe that we need to get the word out on ovarian cancer being not just a national, but it's a global disease, and every woman is at risk of this cancer. As the doctors here and the experts will confirm that only 15 to 20% of ovarian cancers are genetic, which means that majority of women, all of us here, are at risk. And it's a global disease. Over 300,000 women get diagnosed with ovarian cancer worldwide. So we have a few initiatives where we try to raise global awareness and not just in a local and national scale. So with that, we do have a few programs that we run in parts of India and Africa, and this year actually we went to parts of Southeast Asia to raise awareness. I'll come to the slides in just a second. So let me tell you, we have had a tremendous September. For those of us that follow us on social media, how many of you follow us on social media? Quite a few, right? So you know that we have had a tremendously active and very productive month. So I just wanted to give you snippets of what we have done and what we have accomplished. So the first event that we did was with this little girl. She's going to be here with us in a few hours, I think. She's going to speak to all of us. She is an ovarian cancer survivor, believe it or not. She got diagnosed with stage 3C ovarian cancer, and so she and her mom in that picture right by me. So they did a race, a 5K for us, and here are a few pictures from the race. And Dr. Sood was there, and we spoke about ovarian cancer awareness at this event. And they raised nearly $22,000 for Ovarcome and through this first 5K that they did, so which was amazing. So when you see Kaylee in a few hours, she'll be here. Do give her a hug and make sure that you do say hello to her. Then we moved on to this event with Manisha Koirala. She is an international movie star, so she's like if I had to give you an example, she would be Angelina Jolie for the Hollywood. So she is an ovarian survivor who got diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer in 2012, and since then she has become a very passionate advocate for the cause. And so she lives in India. So when she was scheduled to come to Houston, she called me and she was like, I wanted to meet a few of your patients and the doctors that you work with. So we hosted this event with her where we got together, and she signed a book, and she has released a book called Healed. So she signed the book and she talked about her journey with her ovarian cancer diagnosis. Then we moved on to our event in Nashville, where we have an annual luncheon there where we bring awareness to our audience there for ovarian cancer. So we did that as well, and we have our doctors on the board there who came and supported the event and made it a tremendous success. Then of course, the City Hall in Houston turned teal for Teal Talk Day that we observe annually on September 23rd and 24th. And so here are some pictures of the City Hall, all lit in teal, as you can see. And our famous photographer right there, Hung, he went and took all those pictures. So thank you so much, Hung. And we got a proclamation from the mayor of the city of Houston that Teal Talk Day is to be observed annually. By the way, this day is on the national day calendar now, so it's observed not just in Houston, but it's nationally and globally everywhere. So then, this is the tweet that came out. Those of you who don't tweet, this is the tweet that came out from the City of Houston Mayor's account that we received the proclamation that day. So. Then, of course, we had to go to our TV partners to raise awareness, and we have a few of our survivors that went with us, and we went to KHOU 11, and we raised awareness there with Deborah Duncan, and Kaylee was there as well, and we have a few of our survivors that joined us that day. And then, of course, we went to our CW39 with Sharon Melton and her team, and we talked about ovarian cancer with her as well. Then we also had these projects are ongoing, and you'll see more information that's happening in India and then in parts of Africa. It's actually going on as we speak. They are doing it today, tomorrow, and day after for ovarian awareness. This year we also went to the Southeast Asia Breast Cancer Symposium, and you would think that who talks about ovarian cancer at a breast cancer symposium, but we do. So, because there is a connection, or there might be a connection, and we are all women, and these are our body parts, and so there has to be a marriage between breast and ovarian somehow. So, a few of you came to our luncheon, and you met this lady, Carolyn Taylor. Do you remember her? So she is that photographer. She's an ovarian survivor, and she travels around the world to document women with ovarian and breast cancer. So she took this initiative, and we collaborated on this project where she went to the symposium. You can see her wearing that beautiful teal scarf that we have, and she's presenting at the SEABCS conference, and the countries that were represented there, as you can see, US, Australia, Thailand, Cambodia, Nepal, Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Hong Kong, among others. So all the beach cards were distributed, like the beach symptom cards that we have right here, the beach symptoms. These cards were distributed to all these attendees, over 250 of them. So that this was our first year, and so we hope to grow this as we grow and go forward as well. And so these are some of the symptom cards that we translated in languages that people can understand. So a few of you probably know what this is and can read this, but I cannot. But then there is a French, there is like different Indian languages that we translated all this into, so that more and more people get to know about the signs and symptoms and the word gets out. I also wanted to tell you about the terrific month that we had on social media. As you can see on Twitter, in 25 days, we had 113,000 impressions, which means that, it's just spiked this month, and then we had over 60,000 impressions on Instagram, over about 150,000 on Facebook just in September. So the word, we were trying very hard to get the word out on social media because, it's an easy platform for people to know and learn about ovarian cancer. And the results kind of tell us that it worked in the last 25 days. So that's really a snapshot of what Ovarcome is. And then I do want to mention that we have some lovely jewelry outside. We have a store, a pop-up store that we have. And our good friend, Shannon Miller, she is wearing one of those lovely necklaces. And for those of you who don't know who Shannon Miller is, she is an Olympics gymnast and who was 7 times champion or something like that. She's also an ovarian survivor. So she's a very big champion of Ovarcome and a passionate advocate for the cause. So do browse our shop and store for these necklaces, and we also have scarves, which a few of us are wearing. I see there one, and Dr. Danielle Kabili is wearing one. So, and a few there. I do see more scarves out there. So do browse and buy if you choose to support. And then, of course, there are other ways to support us. And, as a nonprofit organization, we are always looking for volunteers, donations, any ideas of campaigns or any other things that you have in mind. Do feel free to talk to us because we are always, like I say, this is a village and we are all growing together. So we would love your ideas and your opinions and your expertise if you want to share that with us. So with that, I will finish today. I could go on for hours, but I know that we have such a tremendous panel of speakers. I do not want to stand between you and them. But thank you so much for listening to me for a few minutes. And I love to see all of you, a few new faces, a lot of familiar faces back here for our annual conference. So thank you for coming and making it a great success. Enjoy your day. Thank you.